It's early morning, around 7 a.m. in Manhattan. Felicia is sweating through an intense training session with her gym trainer. She has booked extra sessions, almost like she's getting ready for something bigger. Or maybe that's just why her physique always looks so perfectly stylish. In the middle of her combo, her phone starts ringing. It's Boris, the one she assigned her new brief to. Boris gives her fresh information about this new case involving vampires. Some young kids are doing money laundering and selling things that are difficult to move for these immortals. Felicia, with her usual non-serious and flirty attitude, asks Boris if these vampires are the hot hero types from novels or the hairless, shriveled corpses. She cuts the training session short and leaves immediately. Later, fully dressed in daylight, she goes to Hell's Kitchen to check on these young kids. Standing on the rooftop and watching them, she gets surprised to see them openly operating their criminal activities in broad daylight, acting like they're not scared of anything, or maybe just desperate like everyone else these days. She jumps down from the roof and lands smoothly on her feet like a cat, then walks inside. As soon as she enters, sand starts forming on the ground. These kids are moving valuable antique objects, tables and similar items, inside for the vampires. It's about to get dark, and the immortals are expected to arrive any moment. And then Black Cat shows up, right in the middle of their conversation. She picks up one of the antique items and, in her usual chill and frank tone, mockingly says she admires their little venture, but they need to shut it down. It's something that might scare normal people, and Black Cat doesn't want that. It might affect her own business, which is picking their pockets for cash. The two boys get surprised and call Black Cat a class traitor, since she's also a thief. But the truth is, Black Cat doesn't want more thieves in town. More thieves mean more fear, and more fear means people stop keeping cash at home, which ruins her work. The Manfredi boys tell her to go after bigger criminals because they're not stealing from regular people. But Black Cat can't go after big targets. She can't operate on that scale. It would hurt the economy. She understands their point, but she still can't let them continue. She blames Spider-Man for not doing his job, since all superheroes are busy with bigger threats and leave these petty crimes to her. She walks out, calling herself their enemy, since they refuse to listen to her. She warns them that if they continue again, next time the damage will be a lot more physical. She even advises them to aim higher. If they can handle vampires, they can achieve bigger things. The sand she saw earlier wasn't random. It was Sandman spying on Black Cat. As Felicia leaves confidently, at least in her mind, Sandman forms out of the sand and calls his boss to inform him that she might have switched sides since she stopped the Manfredi boys from doing what he calls their innocent crime. And this boss is none other than Tombstone. Both now suspect that she has parted ways with Spider-Man and is alone, making it the perfect time for them to use this to their advantage. The next evening, the Manfredi boys, completely unbothered by Black Cat's warning, step out of their van. They plan to bring the vampire inside. When they open the van door, Black Cat and Bruno are secretly watching from the top. She tells Bruno to stay put since he's only backup and needs to stay safe. Boris is also on the phone as backup, and he doesn't think this is a good idea since they're thieves themselves and this is really a job for law enforcement. Meanwhile, the Manfredi boys, clearly scared, take the coffin out of the van. Black Cat attacks them with her blades to make sure they understand she's serious. But as soon as she tries to hit Leo, one of the boys, the coffin suddenly opens. A swarm of bats flies out into the sky, and then a Dracula-like figure rises from the coffin, introducing himself as Baron Alexander Razumovsky. He blames them all for not welcoming him properly. Baron flies toward Black Cat and tells her his suit is more expensive than her entire life. But Black Cat doesn't pay for anything anyway. She tells him to stop with his spooky drama because the Manfredi boys are shutting down their business. One of the boys pulls out a gun to protect his client and his reputation. The whole situation annoys Baron, who was expecting a 5-star welcome like he's on a vacation planned by a travel company. To save Black Cat, or support her, Daredevil appears, since all this is happening in his territory. Black Cat tells him she doesn't have any personal issue with the Manfredi family. She's just trying to get young punks out of her business lane. She starts flirting with him right in front of Baron, because she can't help herself when she sees a good-looking guy. Soon, the police arrive and arrest the two boys. The public also gathers and starts taking photos of Black Cat, making her uncomfortable. She talks about the safety of the people, but also tells them not to make a big deal out of it since she's the same Black Cat. When Jonah Jameson sees all this on the news, he spits out his coffee and calls Nora immediately. He plans to blow a story about Black Cat wide open. What story will it be? After all these scenes on the other night, Black Cat is lying on her bed, doing some skincare on her face. She checks her phone and sees her photo with Daredevil, with a headline about some romance between the two. This makes things start getting wild for her. She gets up the next morning and calls Boris about this situation. Black Cat thinks this is a good story for positive publicity, but for Boris, it's a disaster. Until now, she was working from the shadows, and now she is exposed to the world. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry will be looking out for her. She has a huge spotlight on her now, and things will become difficult. Boris informs her about a new case involving a smuggling issue. Black Cat feels relieved because, at least this time, it's not vampires, zombies, or mummies, just a normal day in the tri-state area. Black Cat steps out in the daylight, jumps down to the main road, lands on a moving container truck with her usual Black Cat style, and gets involved in the smuggling case. She climbs into the passenger seat from outside. The smuggler inside panics and pulls out a pistol, but that doesn't worry Black Cat. What shocks her is something else. A giraffe is in the driver's seat, driving the truck, so it's not a normal day after all. She hits them both while the truck is still moving, annoying everyone on the road and causing chaos. Black Cat asks for a ride and takes them where they were heading, New Jersey. It's some kind of warehouse. She brings them inside, still wondering why the giraffe isn't talking. She is about to find out soon. Jim warns her that she is making a big mistake. As they open the shutter, they find a lot of hallucinogenic plants from the planet Rigel. The people Jim is smuggling these plants for would have paid him a huge amount, enough for him to pay off his Mercedes, until Black Cat showed up. Black Cat tells them to come to the police station with her. But we also have Ms. Marvel here, who mentions a super-secret agency watching over this entire operation. So Black Cat can't take them in because they will be needed for a briefing. They both meet, and Ms. Marvel accuses her of stealing her phone once. Black Cat thinks Ms. Marvel is still a child and shouldn't care about these two. Ms. Marvel doesn't care about these two bozos anyway. It's not up to her why she's here. She's just the default New Jersey person who lives here. That's why she is involved. She takes both the mule and Jim in her stretched arms. While doing this, she mentions the story about Black Cat and Daredevil and says it's great. Unimpressed, Black Cat thanks her and asks her to leave because she is really annoying her. Jim warns Black Cat that she is making enemies she cannot afford to fight. But Black Cat doesn't think twice. She calls the Threats and Menaces tip line and gives them all the details about the situation, asking them to publish it. The person on the receiving end forwards the call to Jonah Jameson, which excites her. They start discussing the earlier article. Black Cat expresses her anger at him because of it, but that's not why she called. She tells him how both times she got interrupted by different heroes and asks him to make it a story. But that's something she should expect after switching sides and expecting good guys to thank her. Jonah rejects the story because it's not what he's looking for. He advises her not to let this spotlight get to her head. He calls it fool's gold and tells her to call him when she actually collars a bad guy. Then he hangs up, leaving her unhappy. She makes her way outside, but someone is waiting for her. A punch made of sand strikes her. It's Sandman again. He tries to hit her again, but she dodges and counterattacks. Sandman is here to teach her a lesson for switching sides again and again. She can't keep doing it without facing consequences. But Black Cat doesn't pay for anything. With her nose bleeding, she takes another punch, and everything goes dark. When she wakes up, she is standing in front of Sandman's boss. As promised, Sandman has delivered her. The boss offers her the chance to get better acquainted.